Hey, who's he on phone with?
I don't know. I'll find out.
Ludwig. Ludwig! We got deals? What are we doing?
Talking to this lady, but it's a deal for Monday.
Why
for
Monday?
Monday.
Come on over here, let's talk to her together.
Okay.
Move on to more projects, but that will be up and running and moving forward.
Okay, that sounds perfect.
Okay.
Why is she waiting till Monday?
All right, so then I need
Because her
to-
partner,
I'll talk
they'll
to Chris
both
about
be
a
working
username
together
and
on
password,
Monday.
see if I can get in,
So
play
she
around
still
in
hasn't
there.
decided.
I'll tell them what
They
we
have
talked
decided
about,
Monday
and
today.
then,
Why Monday?
hopefully eat something for.
Dude,
something
Masterclass,
today,
close her.
maybe get some
See if you can
sleep.
close her. She's
not-
closing
she's
you,
not
Monday's the
closable.
day. Well, what for is all I'm asking. What's her name?
Cindy.
Cindy?
Yeah.
My name is Brad Lee. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you? Nice to meet you.
You as well. Hey, Chris tells me you're coming on board with Lightspeed.
Well, we're hoping to. It's not just me. It's another guy named Chris too. So.
You're hoping
But
to.
I'm trying to figure it all out with my own intellectual
Now see how the
property
information
and
changed?
being
It's a
in
deal
the
Monday.
partnership
They're hoping to.
on wellness.
See, this deal ain't closed, bro. Shh, shh.
Yeah, it seems a little.
When the king is in the building and I'm involved, now you just zip, zip it.
I really appreciate it.
Unless I tell you to talk. Well, that's awesome. Out of curiosity, what are you guys teaching?
Well, Chris started something. He has a trademark called the Health Compass, and he has changed the news. So NEWS, and it's for nutrition, exercise, wellness, and sleep, and stress reduction. And my expertise is in the wellness part of it.
Dude,
And
I kinda
he
like
wants
that.
to write content in there. But
Yeah.
I also write for a national platform for professors. We're driving a healthier school system across the United States with better social, emotional.
Pull up her
fitness,
Instagram.
and getting health and wellness back.
You been there?
Because they pulled it out so much.
Never?
And then I write a
Why
lot
wouldn't you
of
wanna
stuff
pull 'em
about
up?
a lot of
Pull 'em up,
peace,
pull 'em up,
depression,
pull 'em up,
anxiety,
pull 'em up, pull 'em up.
suicidality, help their families process that. So I have a lot of different things that I do.
Instagram. Do you know her Instagram
And that's
handle?
why I wanted to make sure that.
See, like you got deals happening, you don't even know their Instagram handles. See what I'm talking about? Like, it's crazy, kids. It's crazy business.
With Chris, it's just too much content.
Oh, absolutely.
So I just need to
I-
start.
Hey, I like that. I like that idea. Like news, nutrition, wellness, sleep, and what was the E?
Nutrition, exercise.
Exercise, yeah.
Nutrition, exercise, wellness, and sleep. It's
Well,
genius. Chris is a
you know what
military veteran.
You know what you guys should
Yeah.
also eventually incorporate into that?
What's that?
Like a M of some kind, like M News or News M, because you forgot money or
Yeah.
finances.
You're right.
Yeah, you need nutrition, education, wellness, sleep, and then you need some money.
I like that. It should be like, money.
That's right. Because it sounds like you're going to help everybody hit all of the important areas of life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I have a hero recovery program. I have a ton of stuff. I have an Al-Anon program that's way more progressive than Al-Anon. I divorced an alcoholic, and so I was an Al-Anon for a little while and then broke off because it wasn't enough. So I have an entire Al-Anon program for people that are impacted with that. So I have a ton of stuff, and yeah, clarification. The reason why I started that is because I was writing a program.
How do you know who
that
this is?
it's partially done.
Call in.
Because people take vacations.
She's in closer school?
They take vacations.
Chris is in closer school?
But what's happening for a lot of people is that they're in struggle and feeling stuck in their life. So I created a concept that's a 48-hour
Now, what kind of deal you
workbook
supposedly have?
retreat that's called a clarification. So
On
if
Monday.
people
Yeah,
can't
they need
hire
to
a
decide
coach because they
first,
don't
are
have the
they
money,
gonna
they can
partner?
take this
Which it sounds
workbook
like
and
that decision
escape,
was just made.
whether it's in their house
So
or
now she
whether
has
they
to
go
call
on an
him.
actual retreat with
Just
me.
call him for what?
They can have a clarification.
Listen to me, dude. Watch, I'm going to find out why Monday. You guys find out the reason. The question is,
That's
why
it's clarification,
Monday?
because it's played
Nobody
out
can
for
answer that.
vacation, staycation,
I ask you, why
and
Monday?
clarification.
Why Monday? That's how you close people. Perfect.
Like clarity.
Dude, you guys are on your way. That's awesome. So,
Wow.
out of curiosity, I was asking Chris, like, why aren't we going? What package did they pick? He said, you guys wanted the 10K. I said, well, what are we waiting on? He said, well, they want to wait till Monday. And I'm like, why Monday? and he can't answer that. Why Monday?
Honestly, probably because I needed to ask some questions. Chris was answering them for me, and I wanted to look at a program inside. And Chris Giesking has your closure school program, so I'd like to go look at that and have my own experience with it.
Before
And
you,
I
before,
tell you, I get a little gun shy. Here's the thing.
now listen,
I was
listen,
in a
there's the
marriage,
real. You
and
listening to the real?
franchisors, we have franchisees all over the United States, and it's a crazy, crazy, stupid Jerry Springer show.
So what's her problem right now?
My husband ended up with a
Huh?
secretary and a double
She's not
life,
sold. She's
and
not
they
sold.
bankrupt
This ain't
the
a deal.
company,
She's
and I
close
have
to a
4
deal.
children that I raised
She's
on my
not
own.
sure.
There's a short
There's no
story,
certainty.
okay?
There's uncertainty
So
going
when
on.
I go in, I ask a lot of questions, and I have a lot
See,
of
she wants to go
different
see my
questions
closer
than
school
the average
first.
people,
What for?
Just because I've
Fuck's that
always
got to
owned
do
my own
with it?
companies, and then I was a franchisor.
You just have to
So
convince her,
part
because
of
that's the
why
truth.
I
What does that got to do with it, Clary?
Not that I'm
What's her
not
name?
against, and
Cindy.
it's not that I'm
Cindy?
not interested. It's just I have a lot of responsibility after coming out of this with that experience.
Of course. It sounds like
So
you're.
I'm careful.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. You know,
Yeah.
careful.
Very careful.
Careful is intelligent.
Yeah. So it's for me. I'm just asking questions, like I said.
Well, let me answer some, because whatever he's giving you isn't getting you to pull any triggers. So you're like saying, hey, let me go see this closure school before I fully decide. Because what you just basically said is you haven't fully decided, correct?
Well, it's not necessarily that, but like I was telling your Chris, that Chris Giesking, he's the one that he has a trademark on the health compass. It's kind of a percentage, like what are we putting in? What does
Well-
it look like?
well, here's-
Well, it's
here-
his
yeah,
brand,
but Cindy-
it's his.
Yeah, but Cindy, not only, well, it sounds like you have your own stuff too. You don't? It's all his?
No, I have my own stuff.
Okay, well then, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Because it sounds like you got a whole bunch of stuff just on your own. So if he bumped his head and decided to not go in with you, why would that kill your dream? Well, it wouldn't. So if he wants to come in, make a deal. If he doesn't, then do it without him. At the end of the day, how would you like to put the intellectual property that's in your head in an interactive video into a learning technology that allows you to deliver, track, and measure, and then sell it to businesses and people to better their lives and then accidentally better yours? Why? Because it starts to generate thousands of dollars, if not more, per month in recurring revenue just to give access to some of your interactive content that you took a week or two to create. So from a business model standpoint, it's the absolute best investment you can make. Like there's nowhere else on earth you can invest 10 grand and find and come back with a machine of creating thousands and thousands of dollars a month. There's no investment in the world. You heard of Grant Cardone?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll tell you apartment buildings are the best investment on earth. He's full of shiznit. The best investment on earth is a virtual training system that you can monetize and create legacy wealth and free time and help a lot of people at the same time. Who can put $10,000 into something and get millions out?
Right. No, I agree. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, so the question isn't whether or not Chris is going to do it with you or not. That's just a matter of negotiation and discussion. The question is are you going to do it or not? Because you're...
That I will. That is still up for that process.
Right. That's what I've sensed. I don't blame you, but that's what I've sensed.
Yeah.
That's what I've sensed in this conversation is you're not really sold. That's the problem. But again, hey, it takes you a little time to really get familiar and comfortable with moving forward. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
Exactly.
Like I said to Chris earlier.
Well, Chris looks like...
Well, a half-assed.
Yeah, well, Chris looks like he's a little more decisive than you because I'm looking at his page and he says online training, take action to live life now. Now, what has he got? Some sort of Kajabi course or something?
I don't think so.
Well, it says on his Instagram page, or what is this? His website? Yeah, he says online training is the next best thing to training in person. He's damn Skippy right. Matter of fact, he's wrong. It's better than training in person. You know why? Because it allows consistent, repetitious information that's tracked, measured, and monitored by a computer. So no one forgets, Nobody, a human being cannot train as good as a virtual training system. What's the best though is a blend. I mean, come train live, let's build a relationship, and then go get the repetition and the accountability and all that. Let the technology track and measure that to where we just be ourselves and speak and drive traffic and empower the world, attract people. You know what I mean? You should just be out speaking, writing books, doing podcasts, and then when they're like, "Oh, we love you, Cindy," you say, "Yeah, go to my website," and then that lets them buy and access you. And then if they go through the interactive content and they really love you, we'll embed content in it that allows them to upgrade to personal coaching and higher level packages. Do you have any of those pre-planned?
Yes.
Excellent. So do you want to market to them 13 times in a row, or would you rather market to them one thing that's easier to market than anything, give them the password, and then create an interactive journey that they end up being a full-blown $25,000 a year inner circle mastermind VIP double diamond?
Right.
Okay. So anyway, I can show you how to do all this. I'm the one that showed everybody how to do it, right?
I do know that you're the yeah. You're the one. Chris was the one that said you've got to look at this. So
Well, yeah. Have you seen it? You have seen it, right?
A little.
Just a little. Are you at a computer?
No, I'm sitting in my car waiting to go in and make dinner.
Out of curiosity, 2 questions. Number 1,
Yeah.
what kind of car?
This is just a Nissan Rogue.
Okay. Second question, what are you making for dinner?
I am going to make a vegetable soup that I want to eat. All organic. I just went to the farm share and I bought all these vegetables. So I'm making some soup for tonight because it's really cold here. I'm in Minnesota.
Are you a vegan?
No. Should I be?
Well, I don't know. I keep hearing rumors. But listen, all vegans can't be right, or they wouldn't be dying. Okay? They got vegans dying right next to the old obese fellas.
I'm far from that. I'm more of a keto person, even though I don't do it all the way.
Yeah, keto's what works best for me for some reason. But I can tell you this, listen, I don't want to try and make you feel like you should be pulling triggers when you're more comfortable in your comfort zone, not pulling triggers, because growth and development comes when you're nice and comfortable, right?
No.
Exactly. So the fact that you're a little uncomfortable is probably a good indication.
Yeah.
So you're going to do it with or without us, with or without Chris. The question is when you'll do it. I propose that you do it now. I propose that you do it now with the people that showed the whole world how to do it.
I totally agree with you.
Then let's just figure out how to bring Chris in. And if Chris don't want to get in, I'll get you 700 other wellness people because we collab with our whole network. Matter of fact, who's this girl, Tana Ashley? Are you trying to get her on my show? Now someone else is trying to. She must really want to. See, again, I can put my show, my Drop Bombs podcast is getting mighty popular. I could probably put you on there and end up selling you 1,000 passwords on accident. Cindy, here's the question. What are you waiting for? Why is Monday the magical day?
It's more that I'm looking at it because this is part of me, and I needed to figure out based on if I'm a yes inside of the health compass, I would rather go in that door first, just because I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying.
That's called an option, though. You don't have to wait for options. That's an option. You don't lose it. You don't lose it today, and you don't lose it Monday. So you're not waiting till Monday for an option, are you?
No, but you're not losing it. You're not losing the sale if I don't go today.
The only thing I'm losing right now is the ability to prove to these pricks that these deals are closable. Because if you're going to do it anyway, then let's just do it. Close the deal. Now check this out. Monday's no magical day.
How about you call? I got a great idea. I have a great idea. Does your name come up if you called Chris? Because he's putting out a CrossFit thing.
Yeah.
And if your name came up, you probably signed him today.
Well, are you saying that if you're saying if he's ready to pull the trigger, you are?
No, he's going to pull the trigger, and I'm going to be inside.
Oh,
that
I
trigger.
gotcha. So Chris ultimately is talking to the wrong person, ultimately.
Well, not necessarily, because I'm a pretty good person to talk to, because I've got.
But you can't make the decision, can you?
Not today, I'm not. but
He
Chris
can,
is.
though. He
So
can.
you-
Can he? Can he make the decision?
You know, make whatever decision.
Let's get him on the phone. Hold on. Let's three-way him. You want to three-way him? What's his phone number? Here, we're going to get him. We're going to call Chris. I'm going to show you how to close Chris right on the horn.
Have you talked to him before?
No, I've never talked to either one of you before, just for the record. Have I? People are going to think this is staged.
I'll check you out.
Well, I think Chris is either already doing it or needs to make a decision, because this says online training, point blank. It says he has it. I'll bet you anything it's some cheap do-it-yourself model, and all we got to do is convince him to let us do it, so he looks like he spent $1 million, not 30. Because any other training system and training normally I haven't seen it. Usually looks like you spent about $100 and you're making all your money from selling courses. So when you go with Lightspeed, it puts you in an elevated state just from the get-go, which raises your credibility, causes a lot more virality. Why? Because it's more engaging, it's interactive, it looks like you spent $1 million. Looks like you're, more successful than you are sometimes, right? Just like rolling up in a Benz, even though it ain't your Benz, everyone assumes it's your Benz. So going with Lightspeed makes a big difference, not to mention our network. I think once Chris hears all this, we'll probably convince him to make the decision to move to Lightspeed or even do it, because it looks like he's got a training system, if you ask me.
He has something called True Coach, but that's different. That's an app. He trains people through that. So that would be on.
Now, do you think he's more likely to take your call or mine? Yours.
I just texted him. I think you just hit yours.
All right, well, I'm going to have to call him from my phone or he won't know we're calling, unless you want to three-way him.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get him on the phone, Cindy. Hold, please.
Chris is in your closure school.
And he'll know what I'm doing. We together? Chris? Cindy?
Yeah.
We can't hear Chris. Let me call you right back. We're going to three-way you both. She said she's texting him. Call her back. See if he texts back. He might not want to be closed by the B-Meister.
No, he's ready.
Well, let's
He's
go.
ready.
Let's go.
He's waiting on her.
You've reached Coach Chris Geeski.
She's ready. She's all lubed up. Was that bad to say? I mean, the deal's all lubed up.
Oh, okay.
That's what you call it. You ever seen that movie where it's like,
Hey, Cindy.
Cindy, we're waiting for Chris. He's avoiding our call. Did you text him?
I don't know if he can answer. I said he was running a big CrossFit thing. I texted him.
Oh, he's running a CrossFit thing. All right, well, listen. I want to talk to Chris.
Okay, you can talk to Chris.
According to Chris, according to my Chris, he says your Chris is ready to go. He's waiting on you. Because I told my Chris, I'm like, dude, he's in closer school. Chris said. I said, well, then he knows what I'm about to do to him. Maybe he doesn't want to answer the phone. And he goes, no, dude, Chris wants to do it. He's waiting on her.
You never want to wait on a woman.
And then he put his hand in this weird position and just sat there.
What?
Yeah, he was like, I don't even know what it meant. All I know is, who do I got to close here to get a deal?
Damn it! You ended up with me. You don't want to.
No, it sounds like you saying I have to close Chris. Chris said he's ready to go. He's closed. I got to close you. Come on, let's get closed. He
will be the one that will pull the trigger.
Good. Well, then there you go. And you know what, Cindy? I don't even doubt that. I don't even doubt that one bit. I think my Chris has misinformation and was sold by your Chris that he was deferring to you which is really a smoke screen to get my Chris off the phone, because my Chris, did not have the ability to actually close him, because your Chris threw him a smoke screen, which was Cindy's got to decide. And then he didn't close him on, well, let's get Cindy on the phone.
They were both on the phone. Right?
Oh, they were both on the phone. Well, come on. We're doing this as a, and by the way, you're gonna be famous on my next virtual training lesson.
Well, you got your man. I'm wild, curly hair, and curly hair people have a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Well,
you can use me.
well, I can't. You hear what she said? She said we're more than happy to use this footage for training purposes. Hey, so I can't get a hold of Chris to close them, so I guess I'll let you go, and you guys can simmer and do whatever you do and think. And it ain't gonna, dude, trust me, between now and Monday, or even take another Monday, take 2 more Mondays. I don't care if you take 4 more Mondays, as long as when you're ready to make money, you call us, because we're the ones that'll help show you how.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna save you a lot of time. We're gonna save you a lot of brain damage. There's gonna be things you don't even know to think about that you're gonna need to think about. Which is funny, because when people tell me that they need to go think about it, I'm always like, that's funny. You're not even going to think about what you need to think about. You don't even know to think about the things you need to think about. So what is it you're going to think about? You want me to give you 30 more things to think about? That you don't even know that you're going to need to think about, but you will need to think about them. And you probably should think about them in a certain order. Do you know what that order is?
What?
I ain't telling you unless you're a customer. Come out.
Oh my gosh, Chris does exactly. Okay, there's a funny meme that says, hold on a minute, I need to go overthink about it for a little bit. That's what I'm doing. And with that, right? Hold on, I need to go overthink about it for a little bit.
Yeah. You need to overthink about it. Is that what Chris says? I like that.
Yeah, hold on a minute. I need to go overthink about it for a little bit.
That's funny. Well, honestly, that's what you're doing. That's what you guys are doing. Listen. Yeah, but listen, Cindy. This is how like crazy it sounds. Answer these questions. Watch. Would you like to make, $50,000 a month in recurring revenue without doing much every day, or more?
Yes.
Yeah. See, well, there's your answer. Yeah, let's do this. Because that's what it's doing. There's a little bit of work, there's a little bit of expense, there's a little bit of investment, and then what happens is you establish and create a web-based ATM machine that pays you while you're not doing anything. Okay, it's what when I met old Grant Cardone and showed him how to do it, he was running around all over Earth and back. He had a wife, just had a new baby at home. He didn't have no time, but if he stopped doing what he was doing, guess what? They wouldn't have the lifestyle they had. And not only that, but all his real estate at the time was getting ready to crash because of the whole Lehman Brothers thing. So his butt puckered up, tighter than a frickin' bull's at fly time. And guess what happened? He saw Lightspeed and he jumped on it, and guess what? That led to everything else, and it gave him the confidence and the time to go pursue his real passion, which is apartments and real estate. Now guess what he's doing? Apartments and real estate. Why? Well, because he virtualized what he did live. He sold it to 1 billion businesses now that pay him for not even being there. They're paying for the virtual version of him. And he's now out making billions again in real estate. Why? Because he doesn't need to sit there and train those people. The virtual version of him is. So we want to do the same thing with you and Chris. Now the question is, there's no magical Monday, Cindy, is there? No, it's a decision. It's a decision.
I 100% agree.
So let's not overthink it. Let's just decide which way we want to pay and pull the trig.
I hear you 100%. I do. I'm going to need another Monday.
Okay. Again, I wish you would just clue me in on what the Monday is for.
Honestly, here's why Chris is a better candidate to pull the trigger right away. He has no children, no responsibilities on that. So his money
See,
is his
money. See,
Me,
money.
I have 4 kids, so you say pull the trigger. I've got 3 kids in
See,
college. So
money.
this is why
Watch.
I have a different level of, I I have to watch those things.
I agree with
Not
you.
long term, but that's what's like, okay, I would love to just pull $10,000 or $25,000 or $50,000 off, but I'm 100% responsible for these kids. My ex-husband is not in the scene.
Cindy,
So
let me
that
ask you a
is
question.
not my act.
You're right. I agree with you. And let me ask you a question. Do you know why it's a bit concerning to write a check for $10,000? Because you haven't written one earlier.
I have.
No, not with me. You haven't, because if you'd have wrote me
No.
one 10 grand a year ago, you wouldn't be worried about a 10 grand check now. But I hear you, because believe me, I've been in the same situation, and I can tell you right now, it's scary writing a check. So what if it was free? What if it wasn't any money, not even $1? Would you sign up today?
No, I want to pay you that money.
No. If it wasn't one penny today.
Would I sign up today?
Yeah.
I probably would.
Okay, so what we'll do.
Believe in myself.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll sign you up today so we can start helping you today, and then you can pay Monday or the next Monday. What do you need, a couple weeks to pay?
You are the greatest person ever. You are amazing. This is awesome. I'm learning a ton from this. No, I won't. I can't do that yet.
Okay, so hey, you don't have to, and believe me, you don't have to, and don't mistake my enthusiasm for pressure. I'm just trying to get to the answer because it's intriguing to me as to why, even if it was free, you don't want to make recurring revenue every month.
But it's not free because I need to pay you. It's free for 48 hours.
Well, what if it was?
Then I pay you
If it was
$10,000.
right, so if it was completely free, you would do it. So somewhere between free and 10,000, we got a deal.
Right. And we're going to find it. And it's going to be fantastic.
Okay.
It's delicious, yummy, and I'm going to be a hell yes.
So the question is, why Monday?
It's not about Monday. It's I need a little bit. And it's
You got a
not
check coming in?
much.
You got a check coming in? You waiting on payday? Like what's happening?
I just literally was exposed to this from Chris Cheesecake, and now it's like, holy shit! I just need some little breathing space. I'm a go-getter. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge go-getter. I get shit done, but it's like I just need a little bit.
Hold on, out of curiosity, how long y'all's been talking?
What?
How long you and Chris here been talking?
A week.
A week? Just curious. Damn.
No.
Well, no one's going to accuse you of making snap decisions.
No, he did. No. About a week based on, hey, we'll talk to them. We can have the phone call. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, you take all the time you need, Cindy, because I really am not worried about when you do it. I'm worried about, do you have enough information to make a decision? The only thing that proves that that's not the case is you won't make one. So when I get off the phone, it's not really that I want a deal and I want to close you. It's that I want to make sure you have all the information necessary to make an intelligent decision. And I know that you don't. And that bothers me. How do I know? Because you ain't making a decision. So the fact that you're not making a decision tells me you don't have enough information to do so. Because who the hell wouldn't want to make 50 grand a month in recurring revenue or more?
Wait, no. It's not. You guys are doing an amazing job giving me the information that I am looking for. I feel like I am completely on that end.
Do you need to pray about it?
No. It's more on, Chris, how do you want to structure this? Like, do I need to call my attorney? Do I need to call my accountant?
No,
Like, how are we
listen.
structuring that? And I know you say just buy the program. We'll deal with all those little idiots.
Worst case scenario, Chris would have to do his own system. Like you guys, he doesn't have a Lightspeed system, does he? He doesn't have a Lightspeed system, which means he doesn't really have a system. He's got an online hosting solution of some kind, which is not what we're talking about. However, what I'm saying is, worst case for you is you say, yeah, let's do this, because you're doing it one way or the other. Chris decides he wants 90%, and you're like, screw you, and you guys can't come to a term, or you can't agree. Well, then you say, Chris, it's probably best you get your own system. I'm going to go ahead and get all of my system going, and then if you want me to be a part of yours, when you get yours going, that's cool. But that's not going to happen. You're fretting about something that's not going to happen. You know what's going to happen? Chris is going to be like, wow, let's go. And then you're going to say, well, what is the deal? And he's going to say, well, I don't know. What do you think it should be? And you're going to go, I don't know what you think it should be. Then you're both going to say, well, let's talk on Monday. And I'm going to be like, what the hell is with Monday? What is so magical about Monday?
It's fine. There isn't anything magical about Monday.
Then why wait till Monday? Right now is the day. Especially with all your guys' teachings. You don't even follow what you believe? Like, now is the best time. Growth comes from discomfort. This is uncomfortable, which is why you guys want to stop. You don't want to be uncomfortable. Well, you already know that's what it takes.
Well, yeah, and it takes some information, and I've gathered it. Now I can talk.
Oh, now you want to mull it over. Now you want to chew on it.
I want to overthink about it.
Yeah, you want to overthink about it. Well, just remember this.
I need to overthink about it for a little bit.
I don't blame you, but just remember this.
Yeah.
Tony Robbins had to think about it. Zig Ziglar had to think about it. Tom Hopkins had to think about it. Damon John had to think about it. World Series of Poker had to think about it. General Motors had to think about it. All the biggest companies in the world that I do business with had to think about it too. So I don't blame you. You ain't the only one that needs to think about it. My only question is, if all of them thought about it and came back and actually did it, what could you possibly have thought of that they didn't?
Honestly, I'm thinking about logistically what I have to do.
I know, but that's the value of us, Cindy. We're the ones that show you logistically how to do it all. So you're thinking about how to do it all when I'm telling you to do it, and I'll show you how to do it all so you don't have to do it all by yourself.
Yes, well, you personally show me how to do it.
Well, again,
I go back on Monday, and
I promise you it ain't going to be on Monday. Cindy, the only way I would agree to personally do it with you right now is if you do it right now. It ain't Monday. Monday we'll still do it as a company because we always help our customers and we'd be happy to. I can't guarantee it's going to be me. I shouldn't even be on the phone. I just came down to here to see what old Chris Ludwig was doing, and next thing you know, he's talking to some lady named Cindy who's a deal on Monday, and I'm like, why Monday? And he couldn't answer, and I'm like, let me talk to her. I need to figure out why Monday. What is so magical about Monday? You're like, nothing's magical. Well, then why not today? Well, I need to think about it. What are you going to think about? Nothing. Oh, well, see, it's like confusing to me. It's like a puzzle. So this is fun. But Monday I'll be on to something else, and I'll be like, distracted with a million other things. So I can't promise I'll be on the phone Monday, but I can promise you I'm on the phone now. Here's the question: why would we be on the call Monday? Because by Monday, you'll make a decision?
You're stressing me out.
See, here's the thing, Cindy. I'm trying to help you.
I know. I get it.
I'm trying to help you because I already know the type of person you are. You know what? You need to be pushed out of your comfort zone to create yourself a new comfort level. You see what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah, so you're comfortable right now, and you don't know if you'll be comfortable up here at another level. So you're like, oh, what do I do? And here's what else is happening. You ready? You don't want to make a decision because you hate being wrong, don't you?
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
See, you want to argue about it. You want to be right so bad, you're going to argue whether or not you want to be right or right. This is classic. Cindy, you don't like to be wrong, so you don't want to make a decision and find out later you made a mistake.
Not if it hurts my kids.
I don't want any money. We already said I don't want no money until later, so I'd never want to hurt your kids. Matter of fact, not doing this hurts your kids. If you'd have done this 3 months ago, your kids would be better off than they are today. Why? Well, because you're just contemplating it. You're contemplating a brighter future for them. How much information do you need to know that you want to make their future brighter?
You're so funny.
If you get off the phone right now, hey, if you got off the phone right now and you went and grabbed a good book and cuddled up in your the pillow in your window and where you like to read books, you read books, don't you?
Yeah.
Of course you do. So all smart people read books, by the way. That's how I knew you read books. And you sat there and you thought to yourself, man, do I want to do this? Do I want to spend a little bit of time and a little bit of effort, pouring out the information that helps people onto a page so Brad can turn it into an interactive, high technology, badass training system that'll scale all over the world in multiple languages and pay me and my children long after I'm gone? I don't know. Let me think about it till Monday. Does that sound normal to you?
Well, I know, I get it.
Okay, so I want to help you from a higher level now, because it's like it doesn't make sense. I'm removing every obstacle. Now why are you saying no? I bet you it's because Cindy doesn't like being wrong. You don't like to make a decision because if you don't make one, you can't be wrong. That's why we are indecisive. I used to be really indecisive. Now I'm not so sure. But you're still indecisive, I can tell. Isn't this, by the way, for the record, isn't this fun?
No.
It's not? What are you talking about? Hey.
No, am I indecisive? Can be. It's with my kids. I'm very careful.
Hey.
I got burned pretty bad, so I stepped back, but I still run other companies. Like, I'm still badass, and I still put myself out there and all that kind of stuff.
Well, listen, don't make me wear the black eye for something we didn't do. Okay, whoever burnt you in the past, I wasn't there. All I know is don't let that person burn you twice, because now you're making poor decisions.
I get that.
Yeah, so whatever they did to you, screw them. Move on. Next. Now what? Well, now how do you want to move forward? Well, hell, I want to help my kids. Good. Create interactive training courses and sell them to individuals, organizations, and businesses. 100 Cindy's. And the ones that are listening the most and willing to be coachable are the ones I'm talking to. So if you're going to be really, coachable, and you guys, are going to do what I tell you, I'll talk to you all day long. Why? Because if you do what I tell you, you're going to get rich, and you're going to make me a nice little piece for my niece. You're going to give me a sliver to deliver a fraction of the action, a tad, because I'm Brad.
Like, what? I talked to Chris about this earlier today. I'm like, what is it that he's doing? What's the $200 revenue share? What's this?
It's not $200 revenue share. See, let me explain to you. It's a $200 minimum, which means if you don't do anything, it's going to cost you $200 a month. Now, again, if that ever kills you and you can't pay rent, Cindy, call me up. I'll throw you $200, cancel your agreement, and you'll be off the hook. Why? Because it's month to month. Like, quit. I know you ain't worried about $200, are you? Okay, good. So $200, bam, you sign up. Now you got a system. Now once you have a system for $200, because you're going to do that first. Like if you said yes right now, how do we do this? You go to a website, you're going to spin up a system. It's going to ask you for a credit card. It's going to tell you it's $200 a month, or 20% rev share, or $2 a user, because we don't care how you use it. But based on how you use it, we're either going to take a piece for our niece, a fraction of the action, you know what I'm talking about? Or we're going to take $2 a user, or if you don't use either one because you're just sitting on it, you're going to get whacked $200 every single month as a little reminder. Let's go. See what I'm saying? Now, I work at Lightspeed every day, like every single day. Like if you want me, you just call Lightspeed and say, let me talk to Brad. Now, worst case scenario, my assistant gets in there and goes, what do you want? And then say, I'm a customer, I'd like to talk to Brad. And then they'll get you on the phone with me. Why? Because I don't run from people. I have an open door policy. Hold on. I'm about to finish, and then we're going to come to the big decision. So I don't want to lie and say, yes, if you do this, I will work with you for this minute. Because what if I'm busy and then you get offended? How about this? Pull the trigger for your kids. Pull the trigger because you know it's the right thing to do. Pull the trigger because you want to be in business with us. Why? That's why everybody that's anybody is in business with us. They've already thought about it. They've already did the research. They've already Googled me. They've already thought of every possible way to not do this. And they all came to the same conclusion. Let's do it. So waiting until Monday, you're just going to do the same thing they did, and you'll be back as a customer. But if you can take advantage of the $2,500 today, get that free marketing package, that's pretty good just to pull the trigger. Now, if you want me to say, okay, I'll take 5 from you, and I'll call Chris for the other 5. I'll make it the same 10, and we'll call that a deal today. Then let's get her done. What do you say?
I know, but okay, but hold on. I know you say we can call you, but you said if I sign today that we actually would get to talk to you.
Correct. You pull the trigger right now today. I'm going to hand the phone to Chris. He's going to sign you up, get you online, get you charged up. Everything's good. $5,000 on a credit card, whatever you want. We'll get the other 5 from him. And then I will personally tell you and Chris, I'll get on a call with you. I'll tell you and Chris exactly what to do step by step the whole way. I'll assign a guide. It's one of my basic, they're guides, but they're like my assistants, which means they're just like me except not as smart. I'm joking. I'm joking because I have an audience.
I feel like I'm in a pond with a crocodile.
You feel like you're in what? Hold on. So you feel like what?
Down. I wish I could get a hold of Chris.
So do I, because I'd love to hear him. He'd have closed a long time ago. Good closers are always easiest to close. You would have closed me as soon as you got on the phone with me. But you're the careful one, which is wise. But at the end of the day, you can be as careful as you want, and you're coming to the same conclusion. Yes, you want to make money. Yes, you want to create a legacy. How fast are you going to get there is the question. How much are you going to make is the question. It's not if Lightspeed, if do it at all. It's how long is it going to take? Well, again, it's going to take you longer without me. You're going to look worse without me. And I promise you, you're going to spend so much money without me because you don't know what to do, and I do. So I'm going to save you time and money and brain damage, and you're going to make money. The question is how much? Now, what if we failed and it only ended up making $8,000 a month? You just invested 10 G's to make $8,000 a month. Like, that's a pretty good deal. I bet you've never made an investment like that in your entire life.
Right.
Neither has anybody, unless they have a Lightspeed system. And more importantly, do what I tell them to do. Because again, I do have customers that are only doing, peanuts. And guess why? Because when I say, hey, go do a Facebook ad, I'm not doing a Facebook ad. Hey, go hire a salesman. I'm not hiring a salesman. It's like, hey, look, I bought a treadmill. Nobody showed up to see if I was riding it. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit. But see, I give a shit. Do you know why, Cindy? Because if you don't make money, we don't make money. Yeah, I don't want this for $200 a month. Like $200 a month, $200 a month doesn't do anything except gently remind you to get moving. If you ever give me $200 a month, it's because you're not moving. Your goal should be to give me $2 million a month. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I will help you. Again, next week I'm here all week. So if you sign up today, Chris is going to get the other dough. Probably Monday or Tuesday, we'll onboard you. It's called an onboarding call. I will help onboard you. We'll have a big discussion, figure out a big brainstorming session, and then we'll bullet point out the list of things you need to do. And then you pull those triggers and get those things done. And now you'll start making money. Now that money needs to be reinvested, or at least some of it. Why? Because you got so much to do you don't even imagine. 10 grand ain't even going to cover a fraction of it. But guess what it'll do? It'll be the seed money needed to generate the money that will pay for everything that you will need. Because you'll probably need, $50,000 a month someday in just Facebook ad spend. Matter of fact, go look at some stupid alien on Instagram, Little Wedgie, or what's his name? Yeah, Little Mayo. Dude, it's a puppet that has 3 million followers. There's people that can't get 1,000. Stupid ass hand puppet gets 3 million. You know why? You know how?
No.
I do.
You do.
I certainly do. And that's why you want to do business with Lightspeed. Because I know how they're doing it. I showed them all. But again, Little Mayo, I did not show, for the record, how to get 3 million followers. But I know what he did. And it's called exposure, virality, trickery, intelligence, strategy. That's what he's doing. Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, same thing. Russell Brunson, same thing. Andy Frisella, Ed Milet, not to put those in the same category as those guys because those guys are a little bit different, but same thing. Anyone who's successful, same thing. Success leaves clues. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Of course. Okay? There's clues everywhere. The first clue is to do business with Lightspeed. How do you know? Because everybody else is. Anybody who's anybody, that is. But anyway, that's just a blessing. I've been fortunate. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hand the phone to Chris. You're gonna give him 5 dimes. He's gonna call Chris either today or tomorrow or over the weekend and get 5 dimes. Come Monday, 5 dimes, whatever. We just get 5 dimes. Preferably though not Monday because that's the magical day. We don't want that day. We want today. But whatever. We're going to give you the 10K package, plus we're giving you that $2,500 bonus for doing it the same day, even though it sounds like Chris was kind of letting you wait till Monday and still get it. Bet you anything. And which is what I told Steven. I said, they're not gonna use that correctly. That's meant to get someone to pull the trigger today. Old Chris was saying, hey, and if you call me back, actually, I'll make sure you get the bonus. Just please call me back. Anyway, all right. So, Cindy, we got a deal?
Are you going to use me in your training now?
Oh, heavens, yes. You'll be on social media. This call's going to go viral. I'm going to put it on YouTube, the whole thing, unedited.
How to close shit.
How to close shit. That's what, listen, the master closer, or not master closer, that's what Steve Stevens is going to do. My closing course is called the Masterclass on sales and closing. It simply teaches people how to be confident, persuasive, influential, and close people. So this is the technique I'm using on you. Exactly what I teach in that masterclass. So if you guys are interested, and this is real, this ain't staged, click the link to learn more. See, I just made an ad too. Hey, but listen, all kidding aside, no. I'm not trying to close you. I'm talking sense into your head, and you realize that logic is what's closing you, Cindy. It wasn't Bradley. It was pure and utter logic. There's no reason not to do this, and I'm the only one that talks sense enough to get you to agree to it. That makes sense? Not to mention you got me to throw me in the deal. And guess what? Normally that package is $50,000 to get me in the deal.
And you're in the deal.
I'm not in the deal. I told you I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to give you as much time just because I like you guys. And I promise you that if you're not successful, I'm going to get in the deal, because if you're not successful, I'm not successful, which would mean I need to talk to these people. Why? Because you're not successful, and there's a problem with that. So if you're not succeeding, I promise you I'll be getting involved. But if you guys are killing it and you want to talk to me, call me. But specifically, because you're doing this for me, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to include me for the first couple sessions, hours. You know, again, I'm not going to time it like, oh, you said 90 minutes. I was only 30. But I'm gonna get involved in your first call, which is called your onboarding. Chris will know. The guide will be there. They will schedule it. I will tell them I'm here all next week. And I told them, and you'll be onboarded next week. And I will be on that call, and then Chris and I and you and the guide can talk about the first phase, and I'll tell you everything you want to know, and we'll give you everything you need to do, and then we'll just pull triggers and let's go. Like, dude, there's only one reason you're going to be upset, and that's because you didn't get started earlier. Now, 3 days wouldn't really matter, but at the end of the day, let's get started. Fair enough.
Yep, and then I'm going to be on your radio show.
Hey, I guarantee I'll put you on Drop Bombs just because you're funny. Here's Chris. Let's get you spun up a system first of all.
I will describe the process. This was amazing. You got to get on the phone with Bradley.
Well, thank you.
It's a real treat, isn't it? How do I spell your last name?
It's a real treat, isn't it? Yeah. That's funny.
You got the sales rep. You can take the little black patch off your eye. You can use the quote of, I'm not going to need a minute to go overthink about it for a while. You won, Brad. This is a win.
Well, thank you very much, Cindy. It isn't a win, though, until the ink dries, so let's go ahead and finish up here. Hey, can you see our screen? Can you see our screen? Okay, are you sitting at a computer, yes or no?
No, I'm
Okay,
sitting in my car.
then he's going to walk you through this process, and we're going to do it for you.
How do I spell your last name?
So if you want us to keep doing
Brad,
it.
are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm waiting until this deal's done. If I walk away, Chris might let it go again.
Oh, for the love of Mary. Okay. I'm not seeing anything come through.
She spins it up. You going cracker for 5? Cool. Well, as soon as we get a hold of Chris, get the other 5. On the road we roll. You want to call your guy back?
What's your
I'll
name?
bet you I get his
Say
fucking
hello. Start with
ass.
him last time.
Sure, I bet.
So too. Dude, this is what you call closing. This is a closer. Matter of fact, for closer school, I think we should just play this whole thing. Chris, thanks for being a part of closer school. You must be watching this now. By the way, anyone else in closer school that wants to get closed by me, come up with a good reason to use Lightspeed like these two have. They're going to make a bunch of money. That's what's funny too. We aren't winning, they are winning. We win also, but more importantly, the world wins. Why does the world win? I didn't say whirlwind, I said world win. The world wins when knowledge gets shared. Come on, that's a Bradley original right there. Come on. What about the slow claps? Let's act like you had rent to pay or something, and now it's like. You know, like Rudy or something. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Some sort of triumphant.
Close the deal.
Some sort. What do you mean?
We're slow clapping for you.
This ain't closing a deal. Is that what this is for?
Yeah, we'll do this.
fucking
Did you,
lame.
did you get it to come through?
Oh, this is lame. If this gets hit every time we close a deal, we need a bigger one and we need it hung. No, this sounds like someone dropped a fucking frying pan. That ain't gone. That should be. No wonder you guys don't want to close any deals. You have to run around with that racket. You guys want to, people want to get a big old gong and be like fucking, like something fun. That's like ting, 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 ting. If I was working down here, I wouldn't even close a deal if that's what I had to do.
Brad, are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here. I am here.
I should interview you and just like find out all the things that you just did to me.
I didn't do anything. I just.
That would be a great interview.
Well, I would love that, but again,
These tactics.
all I did was talk logic to you.
No, Brad, you're funny.
Well, thank you.
All I did was speak logic to you.
Are we consummated here?
Jeez,
Let's
God.
consummate that deal, folks. Remember, see, it's all fun and games, right? I ain't done. I walk away. Fuck no, dude. Get that ball in the end zone, kids. It ain't done just because she spun it up. Now we can go hit the card for 5 dimes, which is her half of a 10-dime deal.
Yep.
What'd you make?
500.
No.
1,000.
No.
0.
Exactly. I closed the motherfucker. See? You guys either start emulating me, or I'm going to start taking your money.
What's my future?
This is complimentary. I'm working for you. Are you crazy? You're supposed to be working for me. You're supposed to be making me money, not me making you money.
It says $200. That's
But I'll
not
do it.
right.
Yep. $200. The system is $200. The services are 10 grand. We do that second. Spin up a system so you're a customer because we only do business with customers. And the 10 grand's doing business.
I'm not charging $10,000.
Nope, you're not. You're only going to do 5. But the first thing we're going to do is spin up a system, which is only 200. And it'll make a cool sound once you do it. It'll be like zing.
I'm sick to my stomach because I haven't talked to Chris.
You don't have to be sick to your stomach. There's no contract. It's month to month. Worst thing that you just did is waste $200. And look, I'll give you my word. I'll take it out of my pocket and hand it to you if for some reason you change your mind. Why would you change your mind? Why are you sick to your stomach?
Well, because it's money. Okay, I have to.
Spin up the system just makes you a customer. Now you're a customer. See? So until you're a customer, we don't do services, we don't consult, we don't help, we don't talk to, we don't meet with, because they don't even have a system. And if they don't have a system, what's there to meet about? What's there to talk about? What's there to spend time on? So what we do is we say, look, Lightspeed's the best system in the world. If you're on the system, you're a customer. And if you're a customer, now we can help you. And the $10,000 package, that's helping people.
Yeah.
Spun it up? Okay, welcome to the Fam Bam, Cindy. See, now you're a customer. Now we can help you. I couldn't help you before. Now I can help you.
Now you're subscribing me before. Now you're going to be, now I'm your customer.
No, now you're my customer. So guess what? Now the option is those packages. Before Chris showed you those packages, you weren't a customer. They were irrelevant because we don't do those unless you're a customer. So now that you're a customer, because you spun up the system, now we can do business on the 10K package and the $2,500 bonus. So what we're going to do with your permission is just, we can do it from our system, crack the card for another 5 dimes, and that's it. Now, that'll be the card that every 30 days hits another $200, but by 30 days, hopefully, we'll have either scared you off and you changed your mind, or you'd have like something rolling and we'll be making money.
All right, hold on just a second.
And then I don't know how, I don't remember the Chris thing, but make sure someone makes a note.
Putting it in here.
Yeah, that note, that's right. What's that say?
Pat down on a 10K package, partner.
Yeah, but also remember to put the note of that she gets that $2,500 marketing package that Steven talked about.
The onboarding.
We get onboarding anyway.
You put that in the
Yeah,
story.
you don't need the notes that I'll do the onboarding. Yeah, you do actually, because they won't get me otherwise. Tell Guide to include Brad in onboarding. Sweet. Cindy, you've been the best, by the way. See, you made me look good. You know what I'm saying? All these people around watching, see if I can actually do what I claim I can do, and I just did it. They're probably going to think me and you planned this.
What's his
I
last
think
name?
you look good, Brad. So now I need to make millions so that you make me look good.
Well, I'm going to do my best, but listen, I'll never say I made you millions of dollars. All I'm going to claim is I showed you how to make millions. Because again, only you can make the millions. I can just show you how. I'm showing people how to do it. I don't do it for them. I don't do it for you. But if you're coachable, I will show you exactly what to do. And not only that, it's not going to end. I bet you in 5 or 10 years, you'll be thinking up new things to be doing. I could be dead by then, and you could still be thinking up new ways to use your VT system. Your VT system basically allows you to create, deliver, track, and measure interactive content. Now you can use it for training internally, externally. You can use it for screening applicants. You can use it for marketing purposes. You can use it for all kinds of things. And once you start to realize, wow, I can use this for a million things, you'll start using it. You know, it's just only because I invented it and I've had 20 years to think about how to use it that I know so much. As soon as you guys get rolling, you and Chris will be literally coming up with ideas for all kinds of different things. So
I know, we will. I need your help though. Hold on. What? Okay, I logged in now to system name.
Yeah,
Add your system name. I don't know what my sister's name is. What do you want me
You
to
know,
put
you know
in?
what? No. You can do that at any time. So if you want to think about a system name, you're technically already a customer. What that does is allow you to spin up your system. But a system name could be anything. But that's the kind of thing I'd ask Chris, because I don't know, what do you want to call it? If you want to call it, your own system, Cindy VT, you can, and you can change it later. So it's not that important, but that's part of the onboarding. Like, let's think up a good name. Let's think up a name that resonates. Let's think up, like, let's do this right. Next step is onboarding.
Right, so where do you want me to go though right now, Brett?
Right now, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is verbally tell me that it's okay to charge that card that you used, the $5,000, and then I'll charge it.
Oh, I see what you're asking of me. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can, here's my verbal. Yes, you can charge my card $5,000.
I already did on your first yes.
I can't wait to hang on your program sometime. And this is going to be good. This
Good?
is going to be good.
Yep.
Yeah, I said you have to touch it.
Yep, it's been whacked.
It's like a weird thing.
Nope, it's been whacked. Your card was approved, and you are now a very, very important client here at Lightspeed VT. Right, Mr. Celentano? Oh, yeah, for sure. So
Okay, well,
now the next...
let me know if you need me to come in person to help with any of that pain in the ass training. I'll help you personally train all of them for resistance.
All right.
I can provide resistance for you.
Absolutely. Well, I'll take you up on that right now. So here's what's next. Where's Mr. Ludwig? So here's Mr. Ludwig back. Listen, here's what's next. These guys right upstairs, is that computer thing you just did told my accounting department that you need to be issued a guide. That's a human being. They normally are who takes you through this, but it says to get me involved, which means you're going to get a call on Monday, more than likely, that says, hey, when can we do an onboarding call? So you just pick a time, pick a day, because all week I'm here, and they're going to include me. I will talk to you on that day. If you need me between now and then, feel free to give me a jingle. Chris
I
will,
don't have your number.
well, Chris will, well, you have Google?
Yeah.
Okay. So Chris is going to send you an email with all our contact info, all my stuff. You ain't getting my cell phone yet. You weren't a 50 grand customer. You want to do 50? I'll give you my cell phone. No, just joking.
I am. You already told me I'm one of your favorite customers, and I'm getting you.
I'm joking. You don't have to give me 50. But here's what the next step is, just so you don't wonder what happened when you get off the phone, because the ether's going to wear off and you're going to start to get like a little nervous, like, what did I do? He closed me. No, I didn't. You made a good decision. We're going to get Chris's 5. And Monday or Tuesday, we're gonna discuss what it is you guys want to do, brainstorm, and then that's going to generate a task list on both sides, because you have services coming from us. So you might have to fill in some blanks, but that's it. We're going to be doing most of the work. But the first discussion is an onboarding, and when we onboard you, that's kind of where we think up things and brainstorm a little bit and figure out what is it we want to do. Because again, it's never going to end. It's what do we want to do first? That's the only question. What do we want to do first? Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's what do we want to do first? Hey, we want to make Cindy this course and this course, and we want to make Chris this course, and this course. Okay, good. How are we going to market it? Well, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Okay, good. Plus, you got the $2,500 marketing package, which is, again, a high-level marketing person writing copy and creating some ad campaigns for Facebook media buys and things of that nature. And then I'm going to ask some other questions like, who do you know? I don't know who you know. Maybe we can make some collab deals. Maybe some people we have in our network I can introduce you to. I don't know until we chit-chat on the onboarding. But that'll take about an hour. Sometimes it goes a little longer. But then after that, that'll tell us what action items are needed. And then that will tell me how many things we need to do for you and how many things you need to do. And then once those things are done, which could be relatively quickly, we're making money. And now it's a profitable thing. It's like there's no more expenses. It's just revenue. We're trying to get this out of the liability column into the asset column. It's a liability until it's launched and people are buying it. You understand?
Yeah.
So we want to make it an asset. An asset produces us revenue and good stuff every month. And it's real easy. You know what we do? We take what's in your head, we figure it out and get it on paper, put it on film, drop it in the system, create some advertising and some attention, and everybody hears about it. People love it and start buying it, and it starts going and going and going. Or people don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, blah, blah, blah. Then you tweak it and you build a little credibility, and then you send out a little email, and then you get on this stage, and next thing you know, it might take longer than we thought, because again, I just walked in and started hearing Chris not be able to close a deal, so I figured I'd jump on real quick. But there is no question of if you'll make money. The question is when and how much. Like, when? How long is it going to take? Is it going to take 6 months? Is it going to take 6 weeks? Is it going to take 6 years? I don't know. But it's when you will make money, not if. And the next one is, how much will you make? What if we can only figure out how to get $2,000 a month coming through it? Well, cool. It's still a damn good deal. Like, if I said, give me 10 grand, I'll give you 2 grand a month for the next 10 years, you'd be crazy not to.
Right.
So I want you to go to bed comfortable. I want you to look at your kids and know that you made a damn good decision for them. Matter of fact, they don't know. How old are they?
Hey, Brad. I'll trust you.
Cindy, how old are they?
My kids?
Yeah.
They are 16, 18, 21, and 23.
Okay, your kids' kids actually should thank you, because eventually we're all going to die, and our kids' will be profiting from the training if we do this right. Why? Because once you create this course virtually, you'll live on as long as computers and internets are around. Like, you're creating a legacy for years. So if you're one of those people that think you need to get in perfect shape before you get on the camera, start working out, kid, because it's coming. All right, anyway, I gotta run upstairs. I'm gonna give you to Chris, and I'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thanks, Brad.
Talk soon, and tell Chris I look forward to talking to him. Talk soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, Cindy.
Chris,
Yep.
you killed me. Gonna be on that radio show talking about watch out for the alligator.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm like, okay, let's just close this in, but I wanted to say, like, Brad, Chris did a great job. I just was asking a lot of questions. Oh,
Well, we're just excited to be able to work with you now.
okay. Can I go eat now? What do you need from me?
Oh, I don't need anything else, but I'm gonna call Chris Geese King here in a little bit. Do you know what time he gets through with
No,
CrossFit?
let me call him. I will call him and say, all right, you mofo. What's going on?
He'll be grinning from ear to ear.
Oh, he owes me.
Yep. All right, Cindy. We'll talk soon. Text me when you call him.
Okay. All right.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
bye.
Bye-bye.
You're a beast. It's ridiculous. It's fucking the most
No,
insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, again, that's one of those I got lucky deals. I mean,
No.
I could have got a no just as easy.
No way.
What do you mean?
You did get no, like 400 of them.
Well, I certainly did. You know, I did that more so for content than I did for the money. Why? That is Masterclass 1,000% if you're listening to what I'm doing. Is it not, or is it not? Oh, you would know, motherfucker, would you? Because you ain't been through it. So anyway, if you want to go through Masterclass, I highly recommend it. Because that's exactly what I just did right there. Is I executed exactly what I teach you in the Masterclass. But you have to go through it with repetition. You have to go through it with an open mind. You can't go through it all mad. It makes me go through this fucking bunch of bullshit. Fuckers thinks he's so good. You can't do it like that. You gotta actually listen. Like, what the is he doing? I gotta figure this out. Because it's like a dance, gentlemen. If Jeff right now was a ballroom dancer, and he may be.
I mean, not
Maybe. If he was a ballroom dancer, or he sang show tunes on Broadway, which he may be, and he just pulled some dance move that every dancer in the world knew, everyone would be able to say he just did a whatever, right? He just did the waltz. Oh, that's the cha-cha. How do you know? Well, because that's how you do the waltz and that's how you do the cha-cha. Closing a deal is the same exact thing. If you understand the moves and the steps, that's all I was doing over and 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 over again. And then I was using logic. Logic is an acronym. Quit thinking of the word, even though it does mean the same thing. You know what logic means?
Neutral.
Leverage obvious gain, LOG, leverage obvious gain, intelligence, and common sense. I leveraged obvious gain, intelligence, and common sense. That's what I did. I leveraged obvious gain, intelligence, and common sense. I leveraged it. You know the word leveraged? Do you?
I do.
What's it mean?
What, leverage? Yeah. Can't give you a specific, but I
What does
know
it mean?
means. Leveraging.
See, if you don't know the word, you should look it up.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't explain what the word is to a third grader, you should look up the word and really, really understand what it is. And then pretty soon you'll be like, oh, it's like, and you'll be able to explain things. Because it's like, some of those words are like, oh, that is kind of hard to explain. We know what leverage means, though. What does it mean?
The exertion of force by means of a lever or an object used in a manner of a lever.
See?
What's the different definition?
There's multiple definitions. Like if you
To
leverage,
use something to maximum advantage.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's a better definition.
That is the definition I was going for. See what I'm saying? I'm using leverage to the maximum advantage. Obvious gain. What's obvious? What's obvious to you?
Obvious. Something,
What does obvious mean?
something that's just right there. It's obvious.
It's obvious,
Right in front of you.
clear, plain, easy to see, totally right there in fucking black and white. Gain. What's gain mean?
Advance.
Yeah, gain. Right? You get something. You increase. You leverage obvious gain, like her kids in the future, money, free time. That's obvious gain. Dude, it's obvious gain if you have a virtual training center, you're going to make more money. That's a gain. It's an obvious gain. Money, time, fame, reach, scalability, helping people. That's all obvious gain, right? It's obvious. That's not, oh, I didn't even realize that was going to happen. No, it was pretty obvious that would happen. You know, if I run 5 miles a day, I'm going to lose weight. That's an obvious gain. Intelligence, that might be the part we're all missing. I don't know. Okay, and then common sense. Common sense is, did you hear me say, obviously Magical Monday's nothing to wait for? That's common sense, man. You can't argue with common sense. What's Monday? She sold you, is what happened. Yes or no? Do you guys get it or don't you? Did he get closed? It was Monday?
Yep.
You fucking handed me the phone and said, they ain't closing today. Because she closed you on its Monday. I know, I use common sense. Common sense tells me, dude, there's a reason they're waiting till Monday. How do I know that? Well, because who waits till Monday? It's common sense that if you want something, you don't wait till Monday.
Yep.
That's why when you said he's going to wait till Monday, what did I say? What for? Why? Why is he waiting till Monday? And neither of you could answer me. Why? Well, because you're not following the Masterclass training, which is identify and isolate the fucking objection. And then you remove it. You remove the objection by any means necessary. You know what I mean? Hey, my husband has to be here. What if he was here? If he was here, I'd do it. I removed the husband, even if it's a fake thing. Like, make up something really stupid why you won't move forward. Why won't you move forward, Chapman?
I gotta, I gotta talk to my grandma about it.
Okay, and if your grandma said to do it, would you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now look, I removed that he needed to talk to his grandma by saying, if your grandma said yes, would you do it? Most people, and including her, will not say yes if it's really something else, which it was. Matter of fact, there was multiple things. Did you know what it was? A little bit of money, a little bit of I don't know. Okay, there was multiple things. You weren't going to close her on any one of them. So the masterclass, I'm telling you, I identify and isolate the objection. How do you do that? Why aren't you fucking moving forward? I need to wait for Chris. If you didn't need to wait for Chris, would you do it? Well, and I want to think about the price a little bit. Okay, then it wasn't Chris. That's just what they said to you first. It's the money. So now you move to the money and then you do the same thing. Does that make sense? Now you're using logic, right? You're using common sense. You're using intelligence. You're leveraging obvious gain. This makes no sense, folks. You mean you don't want to make $50,000 a month? You mean you're waiting because you want to make sure your kids are going to be okay? How does that make any sense? Like, use common sense. Does that sound like common sense? I want to wait to see if my kids do better. I don't want to just make them do better. I want to think about getting them to do better. When you put it like that, how dumb does it sound to wait? Huh?
Doesn't make any sense.
That's because it doesn't make sense. So that's the common sense part. You frickin' leverage the logic, leverage obvious gain, intelligence, common sense, and you work the deal and you close people by identifying and isolating the objection. Then you remove it. And if they say yes, which is, by the way, what you're trying to do is get from a no to a yes. Not a here's the money. That's not what I'm talking about. You get them from a no to a yes. Like, will you move forward? No. Why? I need an elephant to step on my foot. If I had an elephant step on your foot, would you do it? Yes. Well, then guess what? You have to solve. Now you have a case to solve. Guess what case you need to solve? You need an elephant to step on that fucking foot. If they're telling the truth, and 99% of the time they will be, but they don't always start that way. They start out by lying when they say, how come you won't do this? Oh, I want to talk to Chris. Well, what if Chris was here and he said to do it? Would you do it? I'd have to think about it. Well, what would you be thinking about? I don't know. The price is kind of high. If the price was low, would you do it? I don't know. Well, what would you not do? I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'd have to call my friend Bob. You see what I'm saying? They'll keep going to, and guess where they're going to? The actual reason they're not fucking doing it. And then you can close it because you're not going to close something that isn't real. Now, they also might touch on factors, right? They're factors. So they were somewhat legitimate. I do kind of want to talk to Chris. I do think about the money a little bit, and I do want to run it by Bob. Those are factors, and that's why you just got all the factors. So now that means there's 4 reasons they're not doing business. But mentally, when you close that last one with what if, they go to this one, and now they're isolated on this one. Identify, isolate. That's all you're doing. You're identifying and isolating the objection, and then you're trying to solve it. Then you get them to say yes, and then it gets all the way down to, so dude, tell me, why would you not do this? Which all the common sense you've used in their head by now goes, well, there is really no reason. You're right. Let's go ahead and do it. Deal closed. And if you can't close the deal, why? Well, I couldn't get past the talk to Chris deal. Well, then they sold you that they had to talk to Chris. So a deal was still made. It was just opposite. You got closed instead of them. She was going to close you, bro. You got closed by your Tony Terry. If I was here at 3 o'clock, I would have closed him. I would have told him the same shit. Why Monday? Well, I'm doing it by myself. Who gives a fuck? Why do you need till Monday? What's magical about Monday? You waiting for your check to show up? What happened? You waiting on the tax returns? What's Monday? What's Monday? Hey, did you want $1 million? I don't know. I'll let you know Monday. Doesn't it automatically make you think in your head, what's Monday? Like, to me, it's just natural. It's not a line. It's not a trick. It's not a strategy. When you tell me you want to wait on something good, I always wonder why. I want to lose weight. I'm going to start Thursday. What does that mean to you? Dude, I want to invest in insurance. I want to do it Friday.
Why Friday?
See, that's just a natural. Why Friday? I want to wait till Monday. Why Monday? But you didn't ask, did you? Did you? The answer is no.
No.
Okay, so if you went through the masterclass, you would realize when someone objects, which is anytime they're not moving forward, the best thing you can ask is why? Why not? Why aren't you moving forward? I'm going to wait till Monday. That's not why. That's what you're going to do. Why are you waiting till Monday? I want to talk to Chris. If you didn't need to talk to Chris, would you do it today? I'd probably still, you see what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. Identify, isolate, solve. And you'd be crushing deals left and right, like me, right here, every day. What if you had 6 of me, Natasha?
You just need to, like, I think they stop at the first or maybe third no, like, to like 40 no's. So they need that, like, to be calloused a little bit, I think.
Well, again, I mean, if I wasn't being filmed, I probably would have hung up too.
Like, how do they push past?
But I was doing it for the camera. Why? Well, because I want to show you guys that it's nothing's going to happen. If she would have got off the phone and we didn't have a deal, you didn't have one when I got on the phone. Yeah, I did on Monday. This ain't Monday, bitch. This is right now, and you didn't have one. And if I'd have got off the phone without one, what's the problem? So it doesn't scare me to keep going. But I probably would have given up had that camera not been on me. Why? Because it's only a 10G deal. Like, that's going to change everything.
How do they ride on the
Now,
line?
for you, it might change a few things. I don't know how rich you are, but like, that's 2 dimes in the old Pogaroo. Like, goddamn, that changes some things. Doesn't change. 10 grand doesn't change light speed. Doesn't give us the ability to buy a corporate jet and fly around or anything. Like, dude, it'll be gone literally before her shit's launched. So it's like dust in the wind. It doesn't mean anything. I kept going for content purposes, for training purposes. Like, this should be chopped up and used. Mandy and the team that are watching this, pure gold. I wouldn't even chop up a lot of it. I'd make sure there's a version, straight, clear, blur out the names to protect the innocent, make sure I don't say anything that offends anybody. And then, actually scratch that, go ahead and play it raw, and then stick it on YouTube. This should be on YouTube. Now, just for the record, pan the room. Was any of this staged?
No.
At all?
No way.
You sure? You don't sound too convinced.
Tosh.
See, Natasha looks fucking like acting like, well, I gotta tell him the truth.
It wasn't staged. It wasn't staged.
Well, what was it?
No, I mean,
There's a butt there.
no, I think like she would have closed a lot sooner if it would have been actually staged. She would have been like, okay,
No,
but
there's a butt there. Wasn't staged, but
I think she would have closed sooner if she was staged. That's all I'm saying.
well, true. So it wasn't staged.
Right.
I'll agree. But there's a butt.
There wasn't a butt.
There's no butts.
No, there's no butt.
Any butts?
Jeff?
Wasn't staged.
But she was pretty all clothed anyway. But anything? No
Jeff?
butts.
That you closed her
that was-
today is amazing. It's unbelievable. In a million years would I have ever thought that deal would close today.
You would have bet your life against it.
Not my life. It's too valuable. But something I would have bet.
Uriel, you got a butt.
I don't got a butt.
I can tell by the way you're looking. I can tell by the way you're looking.
I don't got a butt.
I can see the fucking hate in people's eyes. I suspect it from you, and you.
No, dude, I'll give you credit.
On the-
for that,
on the
dude.
butt?
Like, you push through.
Just
You
the hate.
push.
No.
Yeah, there's hate in your eyes.
No, there's zero
There's
hate.
hate in your eyes, there's hate in yours, and there's hate in yours towards me. The rest of you, I don't see it. You 3 I see. Now I'm just wondering, why the hate? What's happening? What's the butt?
Your antenna needs to be
Adjusted? Could be. Thought I was wrong once, but I wasn't. Uriel?
Shit. I don't have a butt. I'm
So are
just
you
like,
utterly amazed?
Yeah.
You didn't think I was going to get that done?
If it wasn't you on the phone, nobody was gonna get that deal.
So
Done today.
are you telling me I'm the best closer in the world? Because that's technically true. Like, if it wasn't me, that was an unclosable deal.
Yeah.
However, if you're me, it's closable. What's that tell you?
Learn.
Yeah, like, do what I do and get what I get. Like, dude, like action causes like results. If you go into the gym, do this and eat this, and your arm goes boop, I'll bet you anything, if the next 10 people do the same shit you did, their arm will go boop. Now, when someone goes, well, yeah, but not if their metabolism and their body type. And dude, you can jack off all you want with all these bull excuses. As soon as you say, yeah, but, you're a idiot, limited, scarcity mindset. Yeah, but you. I'm telling you right now, like action causes like result. Now, in your head of heads, ask yourself, did you think, yeah, but? Because if you thought, yeah, but, you're a motherfucking yabbit. You're like worse than Yabbit and Costello. You're a yabbit, dude. You don't want to be a yabbit. That's my new name. You're a yabbit. Don't be a yabbit. You know what a yabbit is? Dude, you can make $1 million a year. Yeah, but. Dude, you want to make $1 million? Just do this. Well, yeah, but. Yeah, but what, motherfucker? Like action causes like results. You want to be buff? Go find someone buff and do what they're doing, and I'll bet you get buff. Yeah, but they've got all the time in the world. So, see the point? Like, those are excuses. If you go do what people do, you'll get what people get. Go do what anybody does. You will do what normally you will get what they get. Like action causes like results. What'd you do last night?